Hunter x Hunter is an amazing anime, and despite its ongoing hiatus for years, fans could not help but speculate and make theories on YouTube, Reddit, and on other Hunter x Hunter forums. The recent chapters really did give us an information overload, which led us Hunter x Hunter fans to make theories which may or may not happen once the manga resumes. I have picked popular and compelling theories, and I am also including my own take on some of the foreshadowing you might have overlooked on the show. Hello everyone, welcome to Paradise Spoiler, your home to anime reviews and spoilers. Before we continue, make sure to like this video, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel to be notified when we upload awesome videos. Today, we are going to talk about top Hunter x Hunter Dark Continent theories and spoilers. So without further ado, let's get to it. Number 10. Melody and the Sonata of Darkness. Senritsu, or also known as Melody, played an integral role in the York New arc. She rocked that bald hair look with her huge front seat when she finally got introduced in the series. She is one of the co-bodyguards of Kurapika and has been a huge help in helping Kurapika and friends capture Chrollo, the leader of the Gene Ryodan. Melody may be a decent hunter, but she was never a fighter, so how come she was picked as a bodyguard for a Kakin prince? Maybe Togashi picked her for a reason. If you recall from her backstory, Melody told Kurapika that she is searching for Sonata of Darkness. Having listened to a single movement from the flute part alone got her appearance deformed and her arm mutated, which made Kurapika shiver just by looking at it. Although she received a unique ability in return, she said that the Sonata of Darkness was composed by the devil, and she will do everything to destroy all parts of the Sonata. I have no doubt that the Sonata originated from DC, and the reason she's there is to give answer to her story and complete her objective. Although the Great Calamities look different in the picture, but just like Nanika, who we think is the Calamity Eye, Sonata of Darkness could be the Calamity Papu. Papu's ability was described as a trade-off between life and pleasure. Although it could be unrelated, but given that they did it for the sake of pleasure, plus we have not seen the deformed body of Melody's friend and her arm looks somewhat similar to Papu's dried victims, makes the theory more compelling. It would also explain why some of its victims were found in the known world, referring to what was mentioned in chapter 344 of the manga. Maybe Papu is summoned by playing the instruments, thereby sucking its victims dry. Number 9. Hanzo and the legendary Hermit Scroll. I firmly believe that all those who agreed to be Kakin bodyguards have something to gain by going to Dark Continent, or else they needed an incentive that matches their individual pursuits. In the exam arc, Togashi introduced us to Hanzo, our homeboy ninja among the hunter applicants. Hanzo revealed that he is looking for a legendary scroll, and obtaining a hunter license is his ticket to get closer to his objective. He said on chapter 6 that the Hermit Scroll is in a place where no ordinary people can go. It really depends on how you interpret that. It could be a Nen script or Don Freak's book. Togashi is a master of foreshadowing, and there have been few instances that this has been manifested, like for Poco's case, which led the era for Chimera Ants. There's also the ugly egg jar pot that Zeppeli made in York New arc, which was given emphasis on the egg jar ceremony in the Succession War. There are so many foreshadowing hints that Togashi is subtly giving us. I do not believe that Hanzo was just included for the sake of a reunion. He is one of the strongest applicants prior to learning Nen, and there's more to see aside from his Nen cloning jutsu. Number 8. Pariston as Sheila. One of the most outrageous theories I've heard is that Pariston is Sheila. But given the androgynous approach on some of the characters in Hunter x Hunter, it is not a bit of a stretch. A lot of people think that Pariston and Sheila are the same person. We all know in the recent chapters that Beyond and Pariston orchestrated the demise of Netero in order to achieve their goal to embark on Dark Continent. It is very compelling to imagine Pariston as Sheila because not only do they look alike, but Sheila's costume resembles that of a rat, which in this case is Pariston's zodiac signature. We strongly believe Sheila ratted out the Kurta clan to Generiyodan, which led to the clan being massacred, and which is why the only Kurta whose eyes and head kept intact is Pyros. It's also interesting that Kurapika replaced Pariston as the rat zodiac after he left and the two have never met yet. Maybe they're not just destined to meet yet. These two are bound to meet eventually, and if we remember correctly, Crollo had mistaken Kurapika for a girl when he captured him during the Yorknu arc, so it is very plausible that Pariston wore a wig and pretended to be Sheila. It also showed in the manga that Pariston likes to destroy the things he loves. Take Netero for example. The manga showed us in one of its panel is a doll with its eye taken out, a great reference to Kurta Massacre. Number 7. Menchi, Satots, Lin Audible, and others are coming to DC. A lot of people find Menchi annoying and just a side character to add flavor in the first arc. For me, this is not the case. Maybe it's just me, but I consider her role as a foreshadow. As I said, Togashi is not bringing back characters for the sake of reunion. To be honest, I was so bummed when I only saw her during the Hunter exam because she looks badass. I would say that this is a spoiler and not a theory, that Menchi and others will be present in Dark Continent. If you've watched Hunter x Hunter many times, you would notice that during the election arc, that Hisoka showed all the character he wants to fight someday and said having more toys is always more amusing. You would see on the upper left corner that Menchi, Satots, and others were shown. It is also given that the Hunters will be in for a long haul in Dark Continent since it is an uncharted territory. It is stupid to think that the Hunter organization will not be bringing gourmet hunters and poachers to help hunt and cook edible foods in an unknown continent. It would be unrealistic if the hunters will never eat while surviving DC. Besides, Lin Audible, a friend of Netero and the oldest member of the Hunter x Hunter organization, is a double-star gourmet hunter. Lin accompanied Netero and Zig Zoldyck to Dark Continent and is one of the survivors of the unofficial voyage in Dark Continent. It is possible that Menchi and Buhara could be her apprentices. Number 6. Gon gets stronger when Jing is not around. Another outrageous theory I've heard is about Gon's bottomless power. Throughout the show, we've seen Gon in his quirky and badass moments all for the purpose of getting stronger to be able to hunt and find his father Jing. We perceive Jing as irresponsible father who abandoned his own son Gon, and even when Gon was in his deathbed, Jing never visited him, not even once, and people assume that he is just neglecting his son as always. I feel like Jing has been keeping tabs all along, and the show even gave us partial hint that Jing knew about Alluka's power, given that he knew Zig Zoldyck went with Netero to Dark Continent once, and he had to ensure that he does not interfere Killua for pulling off his plan by not visiting the hospital. So what if staying away from Gon as far as possible is an end condition? If you think about it, all of Gon's training are almost pre-designed by Jing. The people he met, the circumstances, and the places Gon have been to are most likely planned by Jing all along, in order for Gon to get stronger, as what was perceived by Killua. The end condition could be the farther Jing is from Gon, the stronger his son gets. I'd like to think of it as Jing's resolve rather than what most people think of him. I think Jing chose to stay away from Gon so that his Nen resolve will boost his son up. Coincidentally, the moment the two met, Gon was unable to use Nen and went back to completely being normal. So what do you think about these theories? Do you think they are accurate? Share us your thoughts and comment down below your own Hunter x Hunter theories. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified for our upcoming videos. This is it for now, Spoilers fam, and I will see you next time.